Monte Cristo Homestead in Australia stands as a significant landmark not only for its architectural grandeur, but also for its eerie reputation as one of the most haunted locations in the country. Built in 1884, this historical house is nestled in the town of Junee, New South Wales. It is a Victorian-style mansion that exudes an air of antiquated charm. Yet, beneath its surface lies a series of tragedies and paranormal tales that have captivated the imagination of many. The history of Monte Cristo Homestead is intertwined with the Crawley family, who were the original inhabitants of the house. The Crawleys were a prominent family in Junee and played a pivotal role in the development of the town. However, the family's tenure in the house was marred by numerous misfortunes and deaths, which many believe have led to the property being haunted. One of the most notable tragedies was the death of a young child who was reportedly dropped down the stairs by a nanny. This incident is said to be one of the many reasons behind the ghostly occurrences in the house. Visitors and residents have reported hearing the sounds of a child crying in the night, and some have even claimed to see the apparition of a small boy on the staircase. Another tragic event was the death of a maid who supposedly fell from the balcony of the house. The circumstances surrounding her death remain a mystery, but her presence is said to be felt in the room where she once slept. Additionally, the property has been the site of other unfortunate incidents, including the death of a stable boy who perished in a fire and the mistreatment of a mentally ill man who was chained in the caretaker's cottage for over 30 years. These tragedies have given rise to various ghost stories and paranormal experiences. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported unexplained phenomena, such as sudden drops in temperature, ghostly figures, eerie voices, and the sensation of being watched. Photographs taken at the homestead have sometimes shown orbs and figures that were not visible to the naked eye. The Monte Cristo Homestead has been preserved and is currently open to the public, offering tours that highlight both its historical significance and its haunted reputation. The current owners have embraced its ghostly fame, conducting night tours and ghost hunts for those brave enough to explore its spooky corridors and rooms. The Monte Cristo Homestead is a fascinating blend of history and mystery. Its architectural beauty is a reminder of the past, while the tales of ghosts and tragedies that envelop it provide a glimpse into the unexplained and supernatural. Whether one believes in ghosts or not, the homestead undeniably holds a unique place in Australia's cultural and paranormal landscape. In the heart of Jamaica's lush, tropical landscape lies the infamous Rose Hall, a grand plantation house shrouded in mystery and dark legends. Central to its lore is the figure of Annie Palmer, known far and wide as the White Witch of Rose Hall. Her story, woven from the threads of history and myth, tells of dark magic, unbridled cruelty, and a restless spirit that some believe still haunts the halls of this majestic mansion. Our tale begins in the 18th century, during the height of Jamaica's sugar boom. Rose Hall, with its imposing Georgian architecture, stood as a symbol of wealth and power. It was here that Annie Palmer, a petite woman with an alluring beauty and a mysterious past, came as the mistress of the estate. Born in England and raised in Haiti, Annie was rumored to have been schooled in the dark arts of voodoo and obeah. Annie's reign over Rose Hall was marked by fear and tyranny. The slaves who worked the vast sugarcane fields whispered tales of her cruelty and her supernatural powers. It was said that Annie took pleasure in the torture of her slaves and that she would roam the estate at night, practicing her black magic under the moonlit sky. The legend further darkens with the tales of Annie's husbands. 3 times she married, and each time, her husband met a mysterious and untimely death. Whispers among the slaves suggested that Annie, with her knowledge of poisons and voodoo, was behind these deaths, each one increasing her wealth and solidifying her control over Rose Hall. But power and cruelty often breed resentment and rebellion. The story goes that the slaves, driven to despair by Annie's brutal regime, conspired against her. Led by Taku, a slave skilled in the ways of obeah, they crafted a plan to end her tyranny. One fateful night, Annie was found dead in her bed, her reign of terror brought to an abrupt end. However, death did not bring peace to Annie Palmer. Soon after her demise, strange occurrences began to plague Rose Hall. Visitors and residents spoke of eerie noises, cold spots, and sightings of Annie's ghost wandering through the mansion. Her spirit, it was said, could not rest, eternally bound to the estate she once ruled with an iron fist. Over the years, Rose Hall fell into ruin, but in the 1960s, it was restored to its former grandeur. Today, it stands as a popular tourist attraction, a monument to Jamaica's colonial past and the captivating legend of the White Witch. Guides dressed in period costumes recount the tales of Annie Palmer to wide-eyed visitors, leading them through the opulent rooms and the shadowy corridors where some say her spirit still lingers. The story of Rose Hall and the White Witch of Jamaica is a blend of fact and folklore, history and hearsay. It is a tale that has endured through the ages, a chilling reminder of a past that continues to fascinate and haunt those who walk the halls of this historic mansion. Château de Brissac, located in the picturesque Loire Valley in France, is a site steeped in history and shrouded in mystery. Known as the tallest castle in France, it boasts a majestic architectural design that has been the backdrop of many significant historical events. However, it is perhaps most famously known for the haunting of the Green Lady, a ghost associated with a tragic tale of betrayal and murder that dates back to the 15th century. The story of the Green Lady, also known as La Dame Verte, centers around a woman named Charlotte de Brissac, who was the illegitimate daughter of King Charles VI. Charlotte was married off to Jacques de Brissac, a nobleman, but their marriage was an unhappy one, marred by infidelity. The tale takes a dark turn with the alleged murder of Charlotte and her lover by her husband Jacques upon discovering their affair. This double murder is said to have occurred within the walls of the Château de Brissac. Since then, the ghost of Charlotte, the Green Lady, is said to roam the halls of the castle. She is often depicted wearing a green dress, and her presence is accompanied by moans and eerie noises. One of the most disturbing details reported by witnesses is the sight of her face, which is said to have gaping holes where her eyes and nose should be, giving her a terrifying appearance. The legend of the Green Lady has been a part of the castle's lore for centuries and has contributed to its mystique and allure. Visitors and staff have reported various sightings and strange occurrences, especially in the tower room of the chapel, where the Green Lady is frequently seen. Beyond its ghostly inhabitant, Château de Brissac has a rich history. The original castle was built in the 11th century and has undergone various renovations and expansions over the centuries, particularly during the Renaissance period, which gave it its current grand appearance. The Brissac family, who acquired the castle in the 16th century, has maintained it for generations, preserving its historical and architectural significance. Today, Château de Brissac is open to the public, offering visitors the chance to explore its opulent rooms, vast gardens, and to perhaps catch a glimpse of the infamous Green Lady. The castle also hosts events, including wine tastings and a popular annual opera festival, blending cultural experiences with its rich historical tapestry. Château de Brissac is not just a symbol of French history and architectural beauty, but also a place where the past seems to intersect with the supernatural. The legend of the Green Lady adds a layer of intrigue to this magnificent castle.